This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey, cat lovers! Welcome to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat. I'm your host, Dr. Catherine Prim, and I'm a small animal veterinarian, and I'm owned by a really fun cat named Scamper. Today, our show is going to be particularly useful and informative because I have Stephanie Richardson, who is the co-founder of Moxie Maids, and she's going to share with us some tips and hacks to keep our house clean when we have cats. So we'll be right back with Stephanie after a quick break. You know what I love? I love my cat. My cat Scamper has discriminating taste. He doesn't like just anybody. So when he acts like he loves me, it makes me feel good, like somehow I made the cut. But you know what I don't love? Cleaning up Scamper's litter box. Which is why Arm & Hammer created new Cloud Control Litter. There's no cloud of nasties when I scoop. It's 100% dust-free, free from heavy perfumes, and it helps reduce airborne dander when I scoop. So what happens in the litter stays in the litter. New Cloud Control Cat Litter by Arm & Hammer. More power to ya.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat on Pet Life Radio. So I have with me Stephanie Richardson today. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi. Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well.
Well, so we're super excited to hear about you and what you do and then hear your tips because everyone that has a cat has the same challenges. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my name is Stephanie Richardson, and I am the owner of a cleaning service in Atlanta, Georgia area. It's called the Moxie Maids. And outside of that, I am a dog owner myself. I have I don't like to call him old. I like to call him just a family friend that's been with us in our family for a while, a couple of years now, about 12 years. I have a dog. His name is Donovan. He's a small dog. He's a Maltese and a poodle mix. So he's a Maltipoo. So I know a little bit about keeping a house clean with a pet. And I used to have a cat myself when I was growing up, a black cat with green eyes, and we named the cat Green Eyes. So I know a little bit about this realm of cleaning and cleaning with pets.
Well, so I am really excited to hear your tips because everyone that has a cat just deals with the same issues like, extra hair cleanup and litter box and all that kind of stuff. So what is your first tip to help us?
So one of the things that I tell people, especially when I'm going out on cleanings with my cleaners, is carpet. So I would say minimize, or this might be controversial, get rid of as much carpet as you can, because carpet actually absorbs a lot of odor and pet stains, and like pet fur can actually get caught in there. So I would definitely say minimize or get rid of as much carpet as you can around the house.
Well, I agree with that. So carpet just kind of makes it a little bit harder. So do you have a recommendation if you do have carpet and you're kind of stuck with it? Do you have a recommendation for how often we need to help with that problem?
Yep, I would definitely say at least once a week. I mean, obviously, depending on how many cats you have in the house, but if you just have like 1 or 2 cats in the house, I think once a week should be good to kind of help with the vacuuming to keep the pet fur down, at least, for sure.
What other tips have you got for us?
Sure. I would also say keep a dedicated room in the house just for your cat stuff. So another thing that I see when I go into people's home, they have cat toys and just everything around the house, and that kind of can spread germs around the house. So I would say if you can, have a dedicated room for like your pet toys, maybe even the food, the bed. So that way, if there are any problems or like any smells or germs, it can kind of be regulated to one room of the house.
So I talk a little bit about cat behavior and who cats are. And so I think that is really good advice because cats really like novel things. They like things that seem new. So if
Yeah.
you can contain the toys and rotate the toys, put some of them away and then bring them out and rotate them, not only is it easier to keep clean, but it's also easier to keep your cat entertained. So that's a great tip. What else have you got for us?
Sure. I would also say, as much as you can, keep all the fabrics in the household machine washable. And I mean, pretty much everything, like from your curtains to the pillows, even if you have like throw rugs, comforters, all those things, because obviously cats could be pretty rambunctious, right? And it can kind of get over everything. So you want to have access to wash those things in your house very easily, because again, it can just absorb odors or it can just be fur or anything like that. So you want to make sure you can wash those things consistently around the house.
Yeah, that's a great tip. I find that having machine washable items is pretty much easier for me across the board with all
Yes,
of my
for
things.
everything, right? Yeah, for
Yeah.
everything. You just don't want
So
to
I
have to
check
run
the
out and
labels.
hire a specialist.
Yeah, I check the labels on everything I buy because I don't want to have to hand wash everything.
Yeah, you just try to make everything easy. Throw it in the washer and forget it. Yep.
Exactly. Our lives are too busy. So let's take a short break and we'll be right back with Stephanie Richardson on 9 Lives with Dr. Cat. We'll be right back.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So we're still talking about ways to make our lives a little easier and our houses a little cleaner when we have cats. So Stephanie, keep going because I'm loving these tips.
Sure. One thing I'll say too are the litter boxes. We have cats. We all, have to have the litter boxes. But if you have multiple cats, some people say to have one litter box per 2 cats. Some people say, maybe one litter box per 1 cat. I guess you can kind of depend on, your cat and your situation of your home, but definitely make sure you have enough litter boxes if you have multiple cats, because that can cause problems in the house as well if you don't.
No, that is excellent advice when I'm managing a patient that has some litter box issues or not wanting to use the litter box. Our advice is have a litter box per cat plus an extra one so that if the cats have a territorial dispute, then there's always an option. So that is really, really good advice. Do you have any advice about how to manage litter box odors?
I think some of the obvious ones are obviously clean it regularly, scoop it out, obviously pretty regularly. And, some people I would say when you scoop it out, if you can put certain things in the toilet, don't have things linger in the house, make sure you kind of dispose of everything as quickly as you can.
Even at my animal hospital, obviously we have a lot of litter boxes, but we take that waste out to the outdoor trash because we do find that it lingers. You don't want to throw it in your kitchen trash and then forget it because it's a source of odor. So that is really good advice. So I think it's so cool and fun that you're giving the same advice as me, only my advice is to manage medical issues and your advice is to manage cleaning. So it's good advice, right?
Yeah, I think everyone needs to know these things because we all love our pets and we just want to make sure we can coexist with them in a nice, clean house.
Absolutely. So do you have any other tips for us?
Sure. I just have 2 hacks that I wanted to share. I'm not sure if your guests know about this, but they can be found on Amazon. And there is a company called Doggone, Doggone, and they have some products. So one of the things that we see, we also do carpet cleaning, right? A lot of times cats can leave stains and, they may go to the bathroom in the house and we may not know where they are, right? So they have this Doggone has a UV flashlight and pet urine detector. So if you ever watch I don't want to go dark here, but if you ever watch SVU and they have to go into somebody's house and find if there's blood or something in the house, they turn off the lights and they use the UV light and it kind of tells you where things are around the house. This works in the same way. So it's a UV black light and it can find cat stains on the carpet, hardwood floors, or even on your floor. So that way you can kind of identify where the problems are. So that way they just don't stay lingering in the house and you not be able to find them.
Yeah, that's really good advice because even if you can't smell it, your cats can, and it might encourage them to also inappropriately eliminate. So, Stephanie, do you have any tips for how my cat lovers could address the stains and the places once they find them?
Sure. Yep. This is also this is a product I'm going to recommend is also by Doggone Products. Can be found on Amazon. It is a pet urine and stain odor enzymatic concentrate. And again, once you find the stain in the house, you can use this concentrate. You mix it with water, and then you can use that. You want to make sure whatever you're using has enzymes in it because the enzymes is really going to break down the stain and the odor. So you use that, mix it with water, and you should be all good to go.
Well, that's really, really good advice. I have clients ask me a lot when we're dealing with inappropriate elimination issues, what products. So I really appreciate that little hack that you provided for us. Thank you so much.
No problem.
So what about in between the deep cleaning that you do? Is there any product that you can think of that can remove cat hair from my couch, just if I'm having company come over or anything like that?
Yeah, I think we could always use, you don't have to really get fancy. When we go to client's house, we take a small vacuum cleaner that you could just use, a handheld vac you could use quickly on your couch, or a lint remover that works really well to get rid of quick cat hair when your pets come over. So just minor household things that you have around the house. Those are the things you want to keep, and they can just make a world of difference when we need to do a quick cleanup.
What about addressing odors? Do you guys use any kind of air freshener or anything like that when you do cat homes?
We usually like to use vinegar and water. A lot of our clients like that is it has a neutralizing smell. And then we also use Febreze for pets as well. That leaves a light scent. A lot of our customers like that. They don't want anything that's kind of too overwhelming, but something that can really just eliminate any smells that can be in the house because some of our clients, they become kind of their noses don't pick up on it. So definitely if you keep some vinegar, and sometimes some of our clients like to boil some kind of Fabuloso or something like that in the house, just kind of keep a lingering, nice, fresh smelling aroma in the house.
Yeah, I love that. I love when my house smells and feels really clean. So that's excellent. So I really loved having you here. I think that the information you've shared will be very useful for my listeners. But also, I want to give you the opportunity to tell people how they can find out more about you and track you down.
Sure. So as I said, I am the owner of a cleaning company in Atlanta, Georgia, and you can reach us online at www.moxiemaids.com. That's Moxie, Moxie, Maids, Maids.com. And we're all over social media at the Moxie Maids on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well. And on some of our pages, we give out helpful hints about just things you can do to kind of keep your house clean when you have pets and cats and things like that. So come check us out.
Well, I think that's great. So did I give you the opportunity to share all the tips that you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, you did. Thank you so much.
Excellent. Well, so I want everyone out there to share this podcast with all of their cat loving and owning friends because everybody has the same issues with odor and with hair and with cleanliness. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. It was a pleasure having you today.
Thank you so much.
And all of my listeners, thank you for being faithful and always listening to 9 Lives with Dr. Cat. And of course, thanks to my producer, Mark Winter. I want you all to go out and have a perfect day.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.